Hey folks, welcome to today's video. Today I want to go through some of the gear and some of the clothes that I'll be taking back to Mongolia. Well, I'm going to start with some base layers. I'm just going to go through them pretty quick. Wool socks, I'll be taking more than these. I don't really have, excuse me, I don't really have heavy boots that I'm going to be taking. I'm going to be taking some muck boots, and I can't decide, or I haven't decided 100% what other pair of shoes I'll take. Probably my pair of Keens. They're my work boots, but they're comfortable. They don't stick out like tennis shoes, or they don't look, I don't know, bright white like tennis shoes, and they're more substantial. They're also waterproof. The bummer with those is they make my feet sweat real bad, but whatever, it's a trade-off. So muck boots. I'll be taking the wetland version, not the big heavy, whatever the Iceland Pros or whatever they were last time I took. Those are big, heavy insulated boots. I don't need that. I'll just take the, I think they're called the wetland version or something, the muck boots. Just something to keep my feet dry, and then once again a comfortable pair of shoes to walk around town in. Alright, the next thing is just a base layer of long underwear. This is just merino wool, pretty lightweight stuff. So that's it for base layers, and I'm going to be taking short sleeve t-shirts and at least one or two long sleeve t-shirts. You'll notice as I go through this stuff, I am basing everything upon layering. I'm a big fan of layering. You know, I can wear a short sleeve t-shirt, a long sleeve t-shirt, a sweater, and then a pullover, and then an outer shell, and do all different combinations of however I want to utilize that gear. It's better for me than taking a bunch of lightweight stuff and like one heavy coat or something, because I can just manage my warmth that much better. So anyway, we got the base layers out of the way. The next thing I'm going to go to is some more outer layers. This is just a wool-rich sweater that I picked up. I don't even know where I picked it up. I thought my wife bought it for me, but she informed me that she didn't. So I find a lot of things at the thrift store. Maybe I found this at the thrift store. It's in pretty good condition. I don't remember. But anyway, just a nice wool sweater. This, for me, wool doesn't itch. I could basically wear this with right up against my skin. I mean, it doesn't itch. I've grown pretty accustomed to wool. And then also it depends on the quality of wool that you buy. I prefer having cotton against my skin and then wool on top of that. But it's good enough quality that I don't really need to do that. The next thing is my flannel, and I know my wife bought me this one. This is a wool-rich flannel. I've worn this all over the place. It's seen Mongolia already. It's going to get a return trip. So, nice wool flannel. The temperatures right now look like their highs are around 60 or slightly higher, maybe 65, and then the lows are in the mid-30s. So, you know, that's in town, in the capital, UB, Ulaanbaatar. When we go out into the country, it's going to get colder, I'm sure. So, alright, I decided against taking my primitive shirt that Gail Anderson made for me, but this is a different shirt that she's made for me, and I've got wood chips all in it. This is a merino wool. Probably hard to show up because it's black, but it's nice pullover, hangs down low, you know, past my butt. Nice big cargo pocket in the middle here. Gail Anderson makes this for me, or made this for me. She makes awesome wool products. I'll try to link her information in the description of the video. But this is a nice mid-weight outer layer. Mid to lightweight. It's lighter weight, but it's just the way it's made, and it's just all encompassing. It doesn't have any you know, zippers or anything like that, so it definitely will keep me warm. Made out of a Faribault blanket. And the next thing is going to be my boreal shirt. This one's made by Empire Wool and Canvas. Leicester River Bushcraft also makes these. Real Real nice heavy outer layer. All sorts of bells and whistles in this thing, but you can see it's got the face mask, or baklava, or however you say it, and I can really cinch this thing down. So in combination with all that wool and this, I can handle it pretty cold. The thing that you got to watch out for then with wool in particular, and this stuff is pretty good, but it doesn't block the wind as good as a straight up rain shell or wind blocker. So my final piece of gear is going to be this Raincoat from TruSpec. It's got a lot of nice pockets, things like that, but you know, most importantly, it's waterproof. And it's got a nice zipper, nice hood. So if I wear all this stuff and I'm still a little bit cold because the wind is blowing, or you know, even if it's raining, whatever, I've got a nice outer shell. That was one thing on season 5 in Mongolia. I took an oilskin pullover from Empire Wool and Canvas, and it worked fantastic. It was really good. This rain jacket I'm taking because I'm not going to be I'll be spending some time out in the country obviously, but not surviving. And this is going to be real good for both town and out in the country, and it's easier on and off. Don't get me wrong, I love that I believe it's the Summer Phase hair pullover, something like that, from Empire Wool and Canvas. Excellent product. But this TruSpec Raincoat is just going to be more versatile for me, I believe. And one thing in Mongolia, like I said, I took that pullover, but they only allowed us 2 pair of pants. And I was really worried. They kept telling us it was going to be cold. They kept telling us it was going to be cold. And it does get cold there, but just like every place, winter starts at a different time sometimes. So winter was a little bit late this year, that year. So, but anyway, for my pants, I took 2 pair of wool pants. One lighter pair and one heavy pair. So I had a nice rain shell for my upper part of my body, but I didn't take rain pants. And that kind of bit me in the butt a little bit, because there were times when it was raining that I was afraid to go out of my shelter because I didn't want to get my wool pants wet. And it just would have been really nice to have some rain pants. And I should have known better, because they let us have 2 pair of long underwear. And I took this pair on both seasons actually, and I took a heavier pair of long underwear. So I could have combined those with my lightweight wool pants. Plus you saw Sam and Britt broke out their Carhartt bibs. They let us take those too. So I really, I guess I just wasn't thinking. I should have taken rain pants. But this time, I will be taking rain pants. And this is TruSpec rain pants. This nice zippers so you can put them on and off of your boots, you know, and pull them on over the top of your boots, whatever. But nice pockets so you can reach through and access the pockets in your pants. I really like that, because that way, you know, you're not trying to stick your hand down your rain pants to try to get into your pockets of your regular pants. Anyway, TruSpec outer shell. Good stuff. Speaking of TruSpec, I'm going to be taking the ripstop. This is made out of ripstop nylon. Pretty heavy duty ripstop nylon. A lot of bells and whistles in these too. A lot of different options. Zippered legs, just all sorts of different bells and whistles on these pants. These pants are crazy, but they're really good, really nice. Going to be quick drying. I can wear those merino long underwear under these if it gets cold. Like I've said in previous videos, I've worn my wife's hand-me-down BDUs for a long time. The only bummer with them is their camouflage, and you know, especially going to a foreign country, or even in town here in the United States, but especially in a foreign country, I don't want to wear something that looks kind of like a military uniform. These are a tactical pants, but that's okay. They're just a neutral color. So, you know, I get to have all the bells and whistles way above a BDU, but not in camouflage. So I really like it. And they are at least semi-windproof too, because I've worn ripstop a lot. They're going to be quick drying, like I said, and then with my merino wool underwear under there, I bet you for sure I can go down into probably 20s with that pants setup and be out all day and not worry about it. So also another pair of the Expedition pants, be taking those. And these are, let's see, where are these at? Ah, and then another pair of Expedition pants. So there you go. So that's basically what I'm taking. I'm going to be taking more than this, just this, because I'm going to need a couple more pair of pants. I think I need one more pair of pants, and then I'm going to be wearing a pair of pants on the airplane. One thing I will say is that when I wear these Expedition pants, I have worn them quite a bit, and actually traveling. These were the pair that I wore on the reunion show, right here. And I love these pants. The only thing is TSA loves them too. So I've gotten patted down every time I've worn those. So when I go and I do my flights, I'll be wearing True Specs BDU style pants. And if you watch my last video where I announced that I was going back to Mongolia, I said that, you know, the improvements of the True Spec BDU pants, or the old school BDU pants, was the zipper fly. But I neglected to mention that the ripstop is heavier as well. It's not like the winter issue of the old school BDUs, it's just almost like it's a better quality ripstop. And if I'm incorrect about that, it's probably because I've worn my BDUs for so much. Maybe the material just feels thinner because of so many uses and launders and you know, laundry cycles and things like that. And anyway, I'm really excited to give these True Spec clothes more of a workout than I already have. They're going to be, it's just going to be great, and of course all my wool stuff. Alright, so that's my clothes. Let's get to some of the gear that I'm going to be carrying. So I'm going to be taking a couple of water bottles, a couple of stainless steel water bottles. I debated whether or not to take my titanium canteen from Heavy Cover, but just to keep it consistent, I'm going to carry just these water bottles. One of them is going to be for me, one of them is going to be for my wife. So this equipment that I'm going to be showing you, if you see duplicates, the other one my wife is going to be carrying. I'm supposed to be able to go camping there in Mongolia on my site. So these, I need to take a little bit of camping gear. They're supplying most of it, but I don't really want to go anywhere without a stainless steel water bottle. Alright, next thing, I'm just going to take some spare batteries. My wife's got more batteries than you can shake a stick at. I'm going to try to make her open the package and just take a couple extra like me. We're going to be gone about 3 weeks. I don't think we're going to be using our flashlights that much. Maybe we will, but these batteries have lasted me quite a while. So I've got a black diamond headlamp. I gave her my other headlamp to use. I'm not sure which one that one is. That one may be a black diamond as well. But headlamp, spare batteries. I generally don't like to go anywhere without my multi-tool and also my other little flashlight. This is just a Phoenix, just a small flashlight I picked up. I think I picked this up when I was visiting my son when he was in boot camp in Texas. But little flashlight, and then my Leatherman, like I said. This is an old school super tool, I believe they call it. Yep, old school Leatherman super tool. Doesn't have as many fancy options as the newer one does. I actually like this older one better because I have the newer one. Okay. I'm going to be taking a pocket knife. This is a Bear & Sons Damascus blade pocket knife. If you're interested in Damascus, you need to do a little bit of research on it. This Bear & Sons is a pretty good company, but some folks will call steel Damascus when it really, obviously there's not really any true Damascus anymore. They've basically lost the recipe, but that's a whole different thing. But anyway, if sometimes they call it stainless Damascus, and all it is etched on the blade. This is a true nowadays Damascus is a combination of a couple different steels, at least 2 different types of steels if I remember right, and then hammered and then forged, hammered, and that's where you get these different lines in there. Otherwise it's just acid washed. Bear & Sons pocket knife. I'm going to be bringing a belt with my belt buckle. It's a flint striker and a bow drill divot on it. I like it. It's been working out really well for me. I took a different version of this when I was on season 5, and also a different belt buckle on season 2. On season 2 in Vancouver Island, I made a flint and steel fire on day 60, and in Mongolia I made a bow drill fire with a belt buckle like this on day 40. Okay, now let's get to the knives. My wife is going to be carrying a no-name knife by LT Wright Knives, A2 steel. I got it all sharpened up for her. She'll have her own ferro rod. If we're out with the nomads, we'll be carrying our knives. Obviously, if we're running around town, they'll be back in the hotel room. So, also, I'm going to be carrying, I believe this is a Frontier First. I would actually have to look this up on LT's website. But I'm going to be taking a neck knife with me, so that if I can't be carrying my belt knife, at least I can have this. I sharpened this all up today. This is also an A2 steel. And then I finally decided which knife I was going to carry. I decided against the Gen 6. I'm not going to be surviving out in the woods. I'm going to be living it up pretty easy in a gur. That's what they call a yurt there. So I'm going to be living it up pretty good. I am going to be camping a few nights, but it's only camping. We're going to have a ton of equipment. I just don't think I really need the Gen 6. I have to weigh and obviously it's only a couple inches bigger, but I have to weigh a little bit of the room in my suitcase, and then also I don't want to be wearing, you know, it doesn't look that much bigger, but the Gen 6 is substantial, and I don't want to be walking around, even around amongst the nomads, with feeling like I've got a machete strapped to my back or whatever. I just wanted to be a little bit more low-key. I want to be a little bit more low-key, and I just don't need the extra couple of inches that the Gen 6 provides. When I'm surviving out in the woods, it's awesome. 9 times out of 10, I take the Gen 6 everywhere. This particular trip, I'm going to take the Genesis. So of course, I'm taking my Larry Roberts Signature Series Edition Genesis. So I just went ahead and honed her up today. It's good to go. And of course, my birch oil wet formed sheath. Alright guys, so that's the basic loadout of what I'm taking, the basic gear. A lot of LT Wright knives, a lot of true spec clothes, and a lot of Gail Anderson wool. So I take what works. That stuff's worked for me. It will continue to work for me, and I love it. I love when I find a product that is quality and just great customer service, just everything. I stick with it and I use it. So there you go. One other thing I wanted to quickly thank LT for. I asked LT if he could get me some knives to give to some folks in Mongolia. I guess it's custom that when you stay with a host family, they call it, that you give them a gift upon your completion of your stay. They recommend that we give them gifts that we purchase in Mongolia, but I was there. They have a lot of really great stuff, but I didn't really know what would be useful for these folks for me to buy there. So I contacted LT because I think that they could use some really good knives. I mean, they're nomadic herders, right? So they're going to use knives quite a bit. So I asked LT if he would be willing to sponsor me with some knives to give away, and I screwed up and didn't contact him in time, but he basically pulled all the stops out and sent me some knives that he had. I'll just go through them really quick, and I'll try to do some Instagram pictures, and as I'm giving these knives away, I'll do some videos of the knives. But this is a Frontier Valley flat ground 01 orange and black G10 scales. See if I can open it up without completely destroying the wrapping. So I'll be giving this knife away to some folks in Mongolia. Hopefully they appreciate it. I think they will. Another one is going to be a Patriot in flat ground 01, black with orange liners. There you go. The next one is a Frontier First, flat ground 01, red Rich Light. I've actually never heard of the Rich Light for the handle before. These are some nice knives. And then the last knife is a next gen in Scandi in CPM 3B steel, red G10 with coyote liners and a matte finish. Some real nice knives here. So I really want to thank LT for donating these knives. That was just really nice of him. It's a pleasure to work with such nice folks. I guess I don't know what else to say. So, all right, guys. Hope you liked the video. This will be the last video that's going to be up for a while until I'm able to come home and process the video that I hope to take there. I am hoping to post some Instagram pictures when I have internet while I'm in Mongolia. And there you go. A couple of things I made a mistake on in my previous video. I said the Gen 6 and the Genesis was 3/16 A2. It's not. It's 1/8 inch A2. I screwed that up. And also my Instagram account, it's not just Back to Basics. It's Back to Basics 64. So it's back, the number 2, basics, and then the number 64. Alright guys, until next time, take care.